How's it going, folks? It's been a while for me to make a video, and it is something that it really got me thinking about this this thing at the moment. And it is something that I could say, the fact that I do talk about career and not being stable, right? And it is something that is gone into me thinking of, like, you have to diversify your work profile, right? And one area that I could wish, and I'm pretty sure all of us watch YouTube videos, or how can you do side hustle or whatever, right? And obviously, whatever the reason, what we say, maybe we don't have time or whatever. But in the moment of time, if you know that you're not going to have much work, right? And you know that you're gonna lose work. And when you do that, obviously you have your egg, and you're gonna diversify everything. Nothing really came up to my mind until it is a long time ago. I think my first or my second proper job, second or third job, or third or fourth job, sorry. I remember I was doing door knocking job, and I remember I was handing out shower heads, green efficient, water, efficient shower heads. And what really got me thinking and made me make that video, I remember there was one particular client, and he's been telling me, he paid off his house. He's Asian Chinese. He's surprised that I'm doing door knocking jobs, because Chinese don't do door knocking jobs. And he always said to me, till now I think about it, this is like a long time ago. This is probably back in 2011, back in the days of 2012. And he says about, like, you have to get a lot of certificate, and you have to diversify your work field to survive in Australia. And that was 2012, as we're speaking. That was like long time ago. And now I'm thinking back at it now, and yeah, I'm doing well at the moment, but at the same time, my field is all 100% government funded, and unfortunately, the government funded field, they wanted to cut funding with the NDIS, and that is something that none of us can control. And I've always wanted to find a way, what is the way that diversify the whole thing, all right? And when I think about it, maybe I should go back to the trades, doing handyman work, all right? But you need flexibility if you got diverse and everything. And like I mentioned before, I wish that I'd taken those YouTube videos seriously, because of, like, if you don't, then what happens if you lose your job? This is what's going to happen, right? X, Y, and Z. And now I'm thinking about it, and now is that I got to think about what I can do now. Now, whatever the passive income or high skill work on a computer, whatever, that is something that I need to build upon after I finish building my bread and butter work field. All right. So when I have that, I started to say to myself, all right, diversify the work style. Obviously, it has to be entry level, but also look out to diverse and get other qualifications or whatever. And when I think about it, even though I'm 35 today, next couple of years, it's going to be a different era. I came from something that most people wouldn't dare to work in, that sort of outlook when they're working, because I started in aged care, then go to disability. I still didn't got the certificate for disability, but I got I tried. Coronavirus came in. I studied mental health. The next one after mental health will be youth, and there's a bigger problem. After lockdown ended, the government's not going to flood more money on mental health unless if it's like the medical side of it, high profession. Youth is being, government has shifted from child protection to foster care. So there's not much work in that area as well. Government's tightening up, and now every day on the news is all about NDIS cutting fund too much is costly. It's very that sort of mindset to think about. And when I think about the whole thing, I've did pretty well comparison if I went to the old route. And I often say to myself, if at the time I met my ex-partner, which at the moment we try to conciliate getting back, if she continued doing disability NDIS, we would have been in the same boat, limbo, and we would have fought it out. And if there's no funding in the field, then I'm pretty much out of work. And this is why I said the surviving in a marriage work career is very, very important in this current world where we're heading towards this AI, where we're in the AI revolution. And sometimes I said to myself, if I didn't have my child, I would be the same negative, narrow mindset person until now. I'm making all this video to open my mind. Many of the areas I was narrow focus due to the Chinese upbringing. We are more Albert Einstein eugenics model, hypergamy model, the best of the best model. But at the same time, all of us has a career. You don't know when you're going to end your job or whatever. But to diversify the whole thing, it makes sense. And one day you'll probably be good at maybe X, Y, and Z, or tomorrow you're good at X, Y, and Z, And when you have like that, it becomes better. All right, it's a lot more bulletproof than what we go through now. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to say in here, is to diversify in order to survive.